put your hands together for the master of disaster and the chainsaw champion of Royal Oak, Michigan, Bruce Campbell!
I turned it on. It works so much better that way. Hello, hello again. Hello. There's a wedding here at the same time, isn't there? This is like a wedding reception. Anyone going to that wedding? No, there's a dental convention. I know someone who's going to the dental convention today. What do dentists talk about for 3 days? Oh, I got the new anesthesia. You just shoot that in. Oh, did you? Oh, how about that? Yeah, I got this new crap you make the mold. Or am I wrong? Or do they just party for 3 days, hookers and blow? I mean, what is it? Right? Dentists, who knew? Let's go, baby, yeah. Going to Atlanta to boogie. It could happen. There's probably some swinging dentists out there. Young guys making some cash. We got some money for the first Evil Dead from dentists. So, because they got cash, man, they do. And they spend most of it on insurance now, but that's all right, So, yeah, wow, Atlanta. Who's from Atlanta? All right. Yeah, not many of you. Who came the furthest away? That might be verifiable, other than bullshitting me? Who thinks they came from far, far away? Where, ma'am, where?
I came from Kansas City.
Kansas City. Can anybody beat Kansas City? Oklahoma. Where? Philadelphia? You didn't come just for this. You're here to see Aunt Millie in Atlanta. Philadelphia? Can anybody beat Philadelphia from here? Wait, Philadelphia, we're going that way. Oklahoma, that might be farther then. Who's good at geometry? What? Italy? Oh, get out of here. You're not here. You're not here for this. You were coming here anyway, and you got stuck here because of COVID, and you got married, and so you got a whole different story. I know your story, lady. Are you from Italy? Are you Italian? Oh, I can hear you. Oh, you sound so Italian. What do you do in Italy? You got married. Did you marry an American? Italian. In Italy or here? In Italy. Why are you here now? It didn't go so well? It didn't work out? No, I would never assume that. You like the pizza better here? That's sacrilege to an Italian. Maybe you're not a real Italian. Maybe you're like a Chef Boyardee Italian. Wednesday is Prince Spaghetti Day. Anthony usually takes his time coming home. Huh? The older people are laughing. Not today. Today is Prince Spaghetti Day. Ma'am, what do you do in Italy? Do you still live in Italy? You live in Indiana. You drove from Italy to Indiana. Man, that must have been tough. Did you go with Ewan McGregor on that trip? No? Okay. Why did you come here? Why are you in Indiana after you married a guy from Italy? Baby, where we should go? We should go to Indiana. Oh, the cornfields, they're so beautiful, baby. They remind me of your hair, the rose of your hair. Cornfields, beautiful cornfields, baby. We'll live in middle America. We'll be American dream. Is that kind of how it went? Like word for word, probably, right? Are you still with this Italian guy?
Yeah, I know very much.
You had to live in Indiana. But he's not from Indiana either. Yeah, he's Italian. I think we've established that now. What are you doing in Indiana? Not that you're not allowed to be there, but somebody's going to want some taxes at some point. Might as well be you. No, what are you doing there? The authorities would actually like to know. Right, so she's not going to tell me what she does there. Oh, she's Italian. Oh, a little something under the table. Oh, your uncle, little Uncle Joey, is that what's happening? Ma'am, what are you doing in Indiana? Notice how cagey she was? She's obviously doing something horribly illicit in Indiana that she can't talk. I've caught her on the spot. She thought she could hide. You do what? Housewife. Well, of course, that's a tremendous amount of work. Do you have brats? I mean, do you have children? That's one of your children? Oh, I saw he's hiding. Oh, he's hiding all right. Yeah. Oh, no. He wish he was never born right now, which is fine. Now, ma'am, do you like horror? And like, do you know of Dario Argento, the famous Italian horror movie? You know Dario Argento? His movie Suspiria. So, do you like horror movies, ma'am? Well, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, it's him. Your son, do you watch horror? Sir, what's your name? What? Tommy. Hello, Tommy. Welcome to Atlanta, because I guess you guys are tearing it up in Indiana. You go to school in Indiana? Yeah. Are they Hoosiers? Are you a Hoosier now, officially? Are the Hoosiers from Indiana? I didn't see the movie. Okay. Are you in sports? What kind of sports? Baseball. Are you any good? He's being modest. When I played in Little League, I got the award for the most improved player. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, thank you for that. But the root of the meaning is it means you sucked at the beginning. So that's a weird award to get. It's a good award, but I also got Best Sportsman Award too. Yeah, because even as I sucked, I didn't let it get me down. And then I was in the World Series of Little League Baseball for our area in suburban Detroit. In the World Series, I went 4 for 5. You know what that means as a baseball player? I went 4 for 5, like Ted Williams goes 4 for 5. You older people, Ted Williams. 4 for 5. And I hit a grand slam home run. We won the game, tied the series. Did we win the series? Nah, but I tied it. And that was as important as anything. So Little League sports, I was on the worst team in hockey. And we were going to play the best team. And the coach gave us a great, honest speech. He goes, hey guys, you guys are going to get destroyed. Like really destroyed. But he goes, no easy baskets, none. They're going to work for all of those 12 goals that they're going to get. So get out there. And we never played a better game in our life. Diving in front of pucks. We'd check these big dudes into the boards. They'd look around at us like, what the fuck? What'd you just do to me? And we kept them off their heels. They destroyed us. But the coach was almost in tears after the game because that was the whole point, was don't let these guys think they're the coolest, the easiest, no easy goals. And it was really good. I remember it to this day. So whether you're shitty or good in sports, that's the good side of sports. Maybe you'll avoid football. I don't know, maybe. Sorry, I'm saying that in Georgia. I could get kicked out. Sorry. Well, let's turn it over to your inquisitive minds of anything you feel you must know or discuss. It's not, she's left already. She's gone. Oh, you're not leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were leaving.
No.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Awesome. Okay, I don't want to get booed out of here.
But there's always a but.
I loved you as Coach Boomer in Sky High. That was my first movie.
All right. I appreciate that. What's wrong with that?
Well, how do you feel about the role?
The role?
Yeah.
I don't even remember it. It was 100 years ago. No, it was fine. It was good. It was working with Kurt Russell a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
You know, in a Disney movie. I'm used to making either unrated movies or Disney movies, so I don't crap around, lady. I'm one or the other.
For sure. Thank you.
Now, all you people in line, I need to do you a favor. Go back and sit down. Nothing personal. You can still raise your hand, but by being in line and having a microphone doesn't mean your questions will be worth anything. I'm not kidding. I will call on you. All you have to do is raise your hand. I'll call on you. It's a better way to go, because now you can sit down, you can relax. So whoever's in line, yes, sir, with your hand up, standing, you, yes.
Yeah, so
And I'll repeat your question, so you won't miss it. Yeah.
one of the things I love about your work is that you always do a lot of work with Sam Raimi. What is it like to work with such a director like him?
Sam Raimi, what's it like to work with Sam Raimi?
Yes, throughout his multiple.
Sam, I first saw in junior high school. He was dressed as Sherlock Holmes, and he was playing with dolls in the middle of the hallway. And I was like, yeah, I'm going way around that guy. So a few years later, then we get to my second year of high school, his first year, I'm taking typing. And I don't know why I was taking typing. It was just a class that you got assigned. And I'm in typing, and everybody in the room knew how to type already. And I'm looking around going, why did these jerks know how to type? I don't know how to type, I guess. So I went to a counselor. I said, hey, there's a class I don't like. It's called typing. Can I drop this class? Like, of course you can. They go, what do you want? I'm like, what do you got that's like cool and creative? They went, how about radio speech? It was you could do the morning announcements, you could play music during study hall. It's you'd learn how to use, we had an actual studio in the high school that had turntables, and you were spinning and grinning back in those days. So I said, I'll take that. And Sam Raimi was in that class. So he knew I was making little Super 8 movies in my neighborhood. He made them in his neighborhood. And then we started sort of joining up neighborhoods on weekends during high school. And that's what started it. And then he knew that he could torment me. He knew that punishing me was funny, at least to him it was. So we would do bar mitzvahs. We did a magic act. I played Hung Lo, his assistant. And every time something happened, he would hit me with like a stick and the kids would laugh. So he thought that was pretty funny, so that he started writing Evil Dead, that night. No, but Sam's known me for a long time, knows what I will or won't do, can or can't do. But he's great. I just might have worked with him recently on a movie that might come out soon. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just saying is all. And you're all being sued right now because you brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. Yes, sir.
So I've heard like Aaron Sorkin, right? So
Aaron Sorkin, yes, the writer, very, very well-respected writer.
West Wing, Rob was talking about you having to have like exact wording.
Yeah.
Versus the ones the shows that like you can improv or.
That's right. Every writing situation is different in movies and TV. Every writer is different. The producers are different because some producers encourage fooling around and experimenting. And other people, like Aaron Sorkin, are very convinced that they got the way to go. They put in where you breathe. And as an actor, this is my first reaction of, appreciate that. Have you tried to say this dialogue? I did a movie, Congo, a book by Michael Crichton, adapted by John Patrick Shanley, who's a playwright. And playwrights don't like you to change the words either. So a Broadway playwright is like, this is my play, don't touch it. So I think he had in his contract like a no change clause in a movie that he didn't even write. That's a little silly. So I show up, first day of shooting, I do a broadcast to my girlfriend, Laura Linney. And during the course of a convoluted, I added a and a well and a huh. And a script supervisor comes up to me, she goes, you added a and a well and a huh. And I was like, are you kidding? Like, this is a joke, right? I didn't even know that I had added it, but as an actor, you figure out ways to bridge sentences that the writer, look, writers sit alone in a room with a light glowing on their faces. They don't say these words out loud. They leave it to us. And sometimes there's some suckage going on with those words that we can help with. I don't wake up in the morning thinking how I can ad lib, but I am part of the process. So I would get fired off of an Aaron Sorkin job. Because he'd see the dailies of the first day and go, you breathed in the wrong place.
I guess that answers my question was, which one would you kind of thrive in better?
Way better. I did a pilot for Will Ferrell's company called Mission Control. It was like Mad Men during the space race. It was really cool. You would do a take, and the writers were on set, and the director's on set, and they go, great. And they'd come run over you and go, okay, try this, and try that, and try that. And then you go and you do another one, and now as an actor, you're like, right. You're really into it, you're present, you're paying attention. You do another one, they go, great. Okay, do one more, do whatever you want. And then they'd run out. And I'm not saying that that's the best. Some actors do like a rigid approach. They do like to know what happens. One of the best approaches I feel was an old-time director, and some other directors do this, director named Howard Hawks. I think he directed like His Girl Friday, Cary Grant, classic screwball comedy. What he would do is in the morning, he'd say to his actors, okay, we're gonna shoot scene 36 in the newsroom, so let's read it. So they'd read it and sit around, smoke cigarettes, have their coffee, and then they'd start to rehearse it, and he'd say, if you feel something, say something, let's try whatever. But then once they agreed to get it, he said, now you can't change anything. Because the camera has to know where you are. Those early boom poles were like enormous, and the guy's got to crank them to get them in place. There's no wireless bullshit you're clipping onto a pack. None of that. So he goes, great. So you actors have had your fun. You've figured out the scene. Everyone's happy with it. Now let the technicians catch it. Now you can't change it. And that's a good system because it encourages both. It respects the technicians, and it allows the actors to do their thing. There's a very famous actor in a famous movie that was shot in New Zealand, and the same sound guy was on a Hercules episode. And he was shooting this famous movie. He came up to the famous actor and he said, hey, you got a big monologue, a lot of words. I know you don't like to rehearse, the method thing. Would you let me know if you're ever gonna get really loud or like really quiet? That way, is there any warning you can give me? The guy goes, just turn the thing on. And walked away, completely dismissing that guy. Sound guy shrugs his shoulders, okay. He'll just set it at some middle volume. Good luck, because if you shred that sound, they can't use it. Your best monologue, if it's out of focus, they can't use it. I put sandbags down in front of me so that you don't, John Wayne, watch a John Wayne movie. Well, Mrs. Larry, I sure as hell think it's great to be here. Never missed a mark. He developed into his acting style. Well, how about that, doggone it, I'll tell you what. You have to hit your mark. It's the oldest story in the book. You'd be amazed how many actors are clueless of that. You're shooting in a dark basement, 2 o'clock in the morning, under low light with a long telephoto lens. The actor and the technician had better be like that. I mean, I've high-fived guys after a take between me and the focus puller, because he got my performance and I didn't screw him up, It's It's important. It's just a little working with your partners. I say same team. It's the same movie. Come on. Some camera guys will tell the sound guy, get your microphone out of my shot, instead of working together to go, where else could I put it that you might not see it? So, yeah, okay, yes, hello. Hello.
First of all, you are the best dressed lover here. Okay.
Best dressed, she's claiming, best dressed, which might not say a lot. I'm trying to get these thespians to, ditch the Crocs, leave the basketball shorts at home, because that's what you guys are wearing. So, let's step it up. I'm trying to get them to represent. It's a sign of respect, is what it is. Plus, I've always liked wearing dumb outfits. The one tomorrow is better. Yeah, good. That's a good one. It's sort of a country club vibe tomorrow. It's a crushed velvet kind of jacket, yeah. It costs $99, so it's really gonna be great. I've always loved wearing dumb outfits, and these conventions give me a great excuse to do it. It's awesome. Go big or go home. Yes?
Can I use this?
Sure, hit that microphone, man.
I just said it because it's closer, but out of all the roles you've played, and out of all the movies you've been in, which life do you think, would be like, hey, I'd like to live in this?
Oh, live in a certain lifestyle of one of these characters?
Basically.
Not Ash, no. I would live as Brisco, the Adventures of Brisco County Jr. Yeah, are you kidding? Cowboy, riding around, kissing pretty women, catching bad guys, shooting guns. Yeah, that never got old.
Really?
But the ratings got old.
Oh.
Who cares? It was a great year spent doing a Western. At the last of the old studio ranches that are outside of Los Angeles, I think 90% of them are gone now. They're all developed. But in 1993, they were still limping along the Big Sky Ranch where they shot Little House on the Prairie. There was the Melody Ranch, which was Gene Autry's ranch, that was so developed up in the hills around it now, all your camera angles had to be up and looking down, because you couldn't be down looking up. You would see all the mansions up along the hills. Because back in the 30s and 40s, there were no houses back there. And you could see that they were already being encroached upon. So it was great to work in the last of those to say that I could see those. Yeah, hello, kid who's volunteering her mother, sure. You can let go, kid. Yes, yes, yes? Oh, now she's shy. Now she's all shy. What scary movies I've been in? You will not find out, girl. No, that's not the question to ask. Your mom can tell you. She'll show you a sheet of paper with the names. I've been in lots of movies you can't see. But go see Sky High, go see Cars 2, go see Ant Bully, go rent Love Bug. So yeah, I'm X-rated or Disney. We've had this discussion. Now, is there anyone else who was in line that I kicked out of the line? Yes, right there. Yes. Nice and loud. Making which movie? Crime Wave? Oh, people did die making that movie. No, Crime Wave was the second movie we made. It was written by the Coen brothers. You may have heard of them. It was a reaction to Evil Dead. Evil Dead people fainted. It was unrated. A woman was attacked by vines. It was not the happiest story. And we thought, let's make something that's light, musical comedy with some stuff. And I was supposed to play the lead guy, Vic, mild-mannered security installer who gets swept into a world of fear with petty criminals and a big crazy adventure. So it was a massive departure from Evil Dead. There's no blood in the whole movie. And I got kicked out of the lead part. I had to audition for it. The studio was like, we're spending $2.5 million on this movie in 1983. You got to audition for this movie. You don't just get it. We don't care if you were in Evil Dead or not. So I auditioned for it, and they went, nope. So that was kind of painful and horrible. So Sam wrote a secondary character called Ronaldo the Heel, and we just beefed that part up. So there was nothing they could do about that. So we did that. It was our first union production. Teamsters, Screen Actors Guild, Writers Guild, Directors Guild. Lots of rules, lots of money. So we didn't have a clue. So it was sort of went down in Detroit history as a very long, difficult, painful shoot. That then it was kind of the studio took it back, renamed it a couple times, and released it in Alaska and Kansas in order to say that they got a release so it could be shown on HBO like once. So it's hard to find that movie. But that would be the best commentary track I'll ever have, is finally sitting. We've been doing recently a live commentary where I've got the controls and I can pause the movie as it goes. That would be a good one. Because that was a bunch of, that was tough. Yes, ma'am. Kevin Sorbo from Hercules. Kevin was great. We, our contemporaries, kind of age-wide. He came from Minnesota. I'm from Michigan. He was single during that time, so we had some fun with that. He had a lot of co-stars coming through every week. Yeah, hung out with Kevin a lot, directed him a lot. You know, he's Kevin Sorbo. And Lucy Lawless was pretty awesome too, because she's, you know, very funny, humble, talented woman. And we were lucky to get her on Ash vs. Evil Dead. We didn't use her well enough, unfortunately. Yes, over here, yes. Sure. Go for it, yeah, get up there, get up there.
I just want to say I'm a big fan of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films.
The Sam Raimi Spider-Man film.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
And I just wanted to know if you saw the recent Spider-Man film.
Recent Spider-Man. Was there a recent Spider-Man movie?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I was in the good ones. I wouldn't know. I don't know. Well, okay, sir, should we do a quick recap? In the first Spider-Man, I have what they call a cameo role.
Right.
You know, a small little role. But sir, that's a pivotal role. Spider-Man comes to me as the ring announcer. I said, what's your name? He goes, the Human Spider. And I tell him it sucks. And I introduce him as the Amazing Spider-Man. If my character wasn't in that movie, this billion-dollar franchise would be called The Human Spider. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't like to toot my own horn, but, you know, toot toot. So, enormously successful. Sequel rolls around.
But could you...
I'm not done, sir.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Spider-Man tries to get into a theater to see Mary Jane, his girlfriend, in a play, her first Broadway play. And I play the snooty usher. Seemingly, sir, another cameo, another throwaway role. No, pivotal. I won't let him into the theater because it spoils the illusion. I'm the only character who has ever defeated Spider-Man. No lie. No lie. Enormously successful. They go to make Spider-Man 3. Okay. I'm the French maitre d'. Sure, just another cameo. Just another cameo, sir. Baloney. Spider-Man comes to me, the maitre d', for help in proposing this time to Mary Jane. How many superheroes, sir, do you know that come to mortals for help?
Not many.
Did I actually help Spider-Man? No, he kind of a dick to me in the first two movies, so no. And I love Tobey Maguire. I show up in the first one, he goes, oh yeah, you're a friend of Sam's, hi, how are you? The second one, he goes, are you back? Then the third one, he finally walks on set, he goes, oh, I guess we can't make a Spider-Man without Bruce Campbell. I'm like, you're starting to get the idea, punk. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Did that answer your question or no?
Yeah. Well, could you say the line from your first movie, please?
Yeah, if I was your little monkey. No, thank you. Rent that movie. Yes, right here. Yes, nice and loud.
Hi, thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank you for projecting like that. Thank you.
Since you've done so many projects over the years, is there a specific location you've gotten to work in that's memorable?
New Zealand, I did 4 TV shows over 20 years. The guys used to pick me up at the airport and now big producers down there. You know, Hercules and Xena trained a lot of people. And I always have fond memories of those shows because in the old days you had to ship actual 35 millimeter film from Auckland, New Zealand to Los Angeles, which took a couple days. Then they had to process it. By the time anybody saw the footage, we were on to the next episode. There was no real studio because it was syndicated. They just picked up the show that you gave them. And so we could get away with murder down there. And we did for both shows for 6 years. My manager was like, why do you go down there? What is it? What is it? People think you're dead. You work on these shows. I go, it's the #1 and #2 syndicated shows, butt face. And when I'm getting paid on those shows, you're not getting me for network. Network shows stiff you because they go, we're network. And syndication's like, hey man, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Who wants to work for the buttheads when you can make some cash and have some fun? So there you go. I don't know. Yeah. Yes, sir, right there. Yes. Oh, you're funny. What are the 3 words? Yeah, kiss my butt. Those are the words. Yes, back there. Yes, sir. You throw me an apology. What did you do to me, sir? You came for a film festival thing. You had a lot of Japanese whiskey. Well, that explains everything, doesn't it? Yeah. So, do I have your ring? Is that what you're saying? You gave it to me. Oh, I remember that. I remember that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I got that ring still. Or did I sell it on eBay? I forgot. Yes, right here.
Are you still in touch with the cast of Bird Notice, and would you guys consider doing a return to it?
I would consider a return to it. It's about time. There's lots of crazy shit happening out in the world that we could help. I got all kinds of ideas for the show, but you know, Jeffrey Donovan's on a new show now. And Gabrielle Anwar, who knows what, you know, she's into, but Sharon Gless's character is dead. Sorry for the spoiler, but you could bring her back still. I have ideas for that too. So never say never, because man, they're bringing everything back. They are. They're running out of ideas. Yes, sir. Sam Axe show. We did a spinoff. It was fun. The fall of Sam Axe. It was his backstory. So, I don't know. I'm a little, Sam Axe might be too rough and tumble for me at this point. I'll call my stunt guy. Yes, right there. Yes. Yes. Come on up. Come on up to your microphone. Do it.
So just out of everything, whoa, that's loud. Okay.
Does who what?
That's just loud. Okay. So out of any like TV show or movie that you've just ever worked on, what's just been your favorite just to work on and just be on set and just work on?
Be careful with that word, son.
Okay.
Fulfilling is the word that I would use.
Okay.
Because fun is one thing, but I've been on a lot of shoots that were fun, but they sucked. Because we weren't working hard enough. I have a theory. A movie that's easy to make is hard to watch. The audience knows when you're suffering the tortures of the damned, and they know when you're not. If you're sitting on you know, waiting for your shot, cracking jokes, telling stories to the other actors, you're not working hard enough. If the weeks and months go by quickly because you're completely immersed in it, that's a different story. So it's more a question of what is the most fulfilling. And usually it's not the easiest. The easiest are great. I just did a Hallmark movie, for God's sake. Even you could watch it. So, yeah, I could do those all day long. Here's a scene where you talk. Blah, 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 blah. Here's another scene where you talk. Blah, blah. No chainsaws, no blood, no explosions, no stunts, nothing. I show up, I talk. Blah, 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 blah. So I could do those until I die. Would that make you happy?
Yeah.
Because like, why are you talking to me like this?
No.
No. So anyway, that's sort of a long-winded answer to your question.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your insightful question. Yes, sir. Yeah, sure.
Sorry. What was your most, what episode of Burn Notice do you think was the most fulfilling to film?
Ah, nicely stated. The most fulfilling Burn Notice episode. We had some Samtastic ones. Getting kidnapped. With a beautiful spy holding me at gunpoint. Tell me that actress's name, you know it. I'll think of it. But it's fun to be kidnapped by beautiful actresses every so often. Yeah. How I felt about the Army of Darkness? What do I feel about that movie? It's as old as my marriage, that movie. And I think of my marriage much more fondly than Army of Darkness. Both of us, my wife and I, got married during the movie. She was the costume designer of the movie. And we still shudder about the experience of the movie. Just because it was basically, it went on forever. It was months and months of shooting, and if you ever saw the movie, there's a lot going on. Did I ever get the what? The words right. Oh, you're so funny. Hey, you should talk to your friend over here. All right, let's go 3 more insightful questions, and we'll let you get back to your lives. Yes, sir.
Me?
No, she was more emphatic. Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite what?
Scary movie. Like horror movie.
My favorite horror film?
Yeah. Like besides The Evil Dead, obviously.
The original Exorcist. For a lot of reasons. One is there were no scream queens involved. They had serious actresses like Ellen Burstyn playing the mother. And they're trying to find out what's clinically wrong with their daughter, because it's got to be medical. So they're scanning her brain and all sorts of stuff. And if they had used a lesser sort of cast, you wouldn't have bought it. This was Friedkin at his best, directorial powers, the strongest. The coolest thing about it was the theme was it was about a priest who is doubting his faith. That's who you want to perform an exorcism. You don't need today Hollywood would send in the Uber priest, I'll do it because I've killed all these demons. No, you want the guy who goes, who's not sure, he's doubting his faith. What a great showdown that's due. Linda Blair is an absolute revelation in the movie. Dick Smith, who did the makeup, groundbreaking, the camera tricks, the pea soup vomit. I mean, it was an incredibly offensive movie, fully rated, mature. I just like the entire approach of it. It's just really, such a well-made movie and completely disturbing at the same time. Yeah, right here. Yeah. What do I think needs a sequel? None of them. No. No, sequels are, you know what? Sequels are chasing that first heroin buzz. All you heroin addicts out there, you're chasing it. You're chasing it, and you're never going to get it. You're chasing the dragon for the rest of your life. You're never going to get it. So it's the same with sequels. Tough to catch that magic. Call it lightning in a bottle, man. Why do we always have to have sequels? Ash in New York City. I mean, what's left? What's next? All right, maybe in the back. Yeah, somewhere in the back. Sure. Worst injury, not too bad, thankfully. I pulled a hamstring fighting a stunt guy on Burn Notice. I went, oh, and I laid down on the ground and the director goes, should I cut? I'm like, yeah, you should cut and get a fucking car here because I'm done. Take this cadaver away. If you've never heard, you know why they say, oh, he's hamstrung. Yeah, you can't do shit if you pull your hamstring. I get to the x-ray room. The lady goes, okay, lay it flat here and we'll get the x-ray. I go, are you kidding me? I can't bend it past here. She goes, well, then we can't get a good x-ray, can we? I'm like, what a biatch. I'm trying to work here. So she strapped it flat. Meanwhile, more shit is tearing just because she's straightening it. Yeah, I was on set 36 hours later, sitting in a car. And there was a lot of scenes during that time with this. Yeah, Mike, that's a good idea. Let's go do that. And cut. Good. There was one director who, by the end of the episode, we realized that he could put a pamphlet out of how to film with a disabled actor. Like the tricks. Like, have your stunt guy walk through a restaurant, wide shot, lots happening, cut to me. I mean, you gotta fake it. And as slowly I got better and better and I could finally walk. One time I had to walk across the set. I was like, okay, come on, Amy. Come on, Amy. So yeah, no fun. Okay, last question if it's a good one. The Evil Dead series. Ended too soon for you. It was kind of perfect for me, but my perfect ending, you saw it. You saw it. People think they got ripped off. I call BS to you calling BS. So I'm BSing back your BS because we knew the ratings were bad at the end of season 2 because nobody knew how to find stars. I'd tell people, hey, great news, there's a new Ash vs. Evil Dead series. Yeah! What's it on? Stars. What stars? Yeah. It finally dropped on Netflix. People were like, hey, Netflix has a show, a new show. Yeah, 3 years too late. So, how'd we get here? What was the ending? Yes. So we knew we were precarious going into season 3. They didn't greenlight any more episodes. We thought, that could be it. Let's not get caught with our pants down. We could easily get canceled at the end of that season, so we wrote for it. So Ash does fulfill his destiny. He's fought evil in the past, in the present. He's going off to take care of it in the future to fulfill his fantasy with a hot robot chick. What else do you want or need? You're not going to get it. He's fulfilled his legacy. He's off, man. Give the old geezer his time. Little toes in the sand, a beer in his hand, you know, what the hell? But he's not done. So the animated series could pick up. I'll do the voice for that like I'm doing the voice for the Evil Dead game coming out May 13th. Now, I know I'm supposed to plug the game, but the game has been delayed by 2-3 years because they're trying to get their shit together and make a game that's as good as any other game out there because people are very sophisticated now. They got new platforms, new generations of stuff. So they've had to retool multiple times to stay relevant so you guys don't freak out and go, oh, it's so behind the times. No, it's a real game with the whole universe. You can play almost any character in the Evil Dead series. Good guys, bad guys, possessed Ash, good Ash, young Ash, medium Ash, old Ash. It's all there. And we got tons of the original cast members from Evil Dead to come in and voice all of their stuff. So there's a lot of street cred. You know, we tried to take the fans seriously and not just farting something out. You know, this is pretty thorough, and I think even if you're a pissy little gamer, I think you'll enjoy it. And that's all that matters. So, having said that, thank you very much for coming. Your time is important. God bless you. We'll see you down the road. And tomorrow, watch the threads for tomorrow.
Hi, this is Maisie Richardson-Sellers, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be a legend and hit that like button, and most importantly, have fun and follow your fandom.